Hello YouTube family, Desiree here with Divine Geomatrix. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm super excited to get into today's reading. I'm doing the weekly reading from December 9th through the 15th for our Leos. I am a Leo rising, so I believe in my full moon reading for Geminis, I said that I was a Gemini rising, but I apologize, that's incorrect. I'm actually a Gemini sun, Aquarius moon, and Leo rising. So this also does apply to me because it is in my birth chart, so I'm very excited to see what the divine has in store for us. Leos, all that I ask is that you have an open heart and open mind to receive the messages that the divine has for us. I know with my last zodiac readings, I tie in the gemstones that correlate since I do wrap gemstone crystals. However, your gemstone is ruby, and I do not have one on me. I'm so sorry to say that. But yes, your only gemstone that was provided by the Complete Book of Astrology is a ruby. So for those looking for your birthstones or one that correlates with your zodiac sign, I highly recommend looking for one of those. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's reading. I like to start my readings by quoting the calendar, my flip calendar that I have on my desk. It says, if we did all the things we are capable of, we would literally astound ourselves. And that's a quote from Thomas Edison. So I just finished a reading for our Cancerians, and it most definitely correlated. It definitely tied in with the reading that I had. So I have a feeling that we're going to be talking about passions. We're going to be talking about, you know, just following your dreams and following your heart's desire, you know, figuring out what it is that you're good at, and, you know, surprising yourself with your talents and your power. So let's go ahead and clear some space. I usually start off with clearing space with our Palo Santo. I use Palo Santo instead of sage because it is a little bit of a lighter smell. And for those that are a little bit sensitive to sage, I would recommend picking something like this up. This specific Palo Santo was given to me yesterday at a full moon ceremony from one of the healers there. And I wanted to use them for the rest of my weekly readings for my zodiacs because he's such a powerful healer that I felt his energy is most definitely needed in these readings. Some for you, some for me, and some for my table. Alright Leos, let's get started. So let's go ahead and just clear a little bit more with our Tibetan singing bowl. For my viewers out there, if you can just breathe completely in and out and release what no longer serves. Clear that space in your heart, in your third eye, and in your crown chakras. You know, just completely open up to receive whatever messages the divine has in store for us, and you know, just embrace the sounds and the vibrations that you're feeling from this video. Okay? That was lovely. Thank you, angels. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and shuffle this a couple times, or a few times, just so that we can get a brand new start. One. Spirit, what do you have in store for our Leos this week? For the week of December 9th through the 15th. What would you like us to hear? Well, that was lovely. All right. 1, 2, 3. These cards keep coming up, guys. So, So the collective card that I just pulled is the White Buffalo. Can you see that? There you go. I see a lot of pure white light in this, a lot of like golden rays, a lot of ancient wisdom, power, strength. The mandala is right here in the third eye area, so I'm thinking really tapping into that that wisdom, that divine wisdom. It looks like there's a lot of like ancient wisdom in there. So if you take a look at the mandala, you see these feathers that are coming down, and then you see again the mandala is on the third eye. And it looks like the buffalo is in like the clouds. Very beautiful card. Okay, the first card that the first card that I pulled is the Wheel of Creation. This is the number 1. Oh, sorry, let me go back really quick. So Leo's, for the White Buffalo, it's card number 25. If you add those two together, it has a lot to do with the number 7. So from my recollection of the number 7, it has a lot to do with like recharging, recharging in nature, but in a way that you're bringing in that wisdom, like tapping into almost like past lives, but that ancient wisdom that is passed down. For the Wheel of Creation, it's the card number 1. That is a master number. 1 being spiritual journey, spiritual awakening. The Lakota tribe is the number 16. That's the second card that I pulled, which is the how to get through it card. It is backwards, so that means that we are yet to be there, guys. And it also, if you add the 6 and 1 together, that's the number 7. Again, recharging in nature, tapping into that ancient wisdom. And it's really interesting because if you look at these two cards together, you can see a lot of like native symbols in there. You see a teepee in this one. In the background, you see trees. In this one, you see the feathers, and I'm not sure what this is, but since I'm not like the most familiar with this specific card, I'm going to read all that the guidebook has for us. But since a lot of these cards are coming up on a regular basis, I have a decent idea of, you know, what the divine has in store for you guys. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm picking up. Your outcome card is Stillness, and this is the card number 31. If you add the 3 and the 1 together, that's 4. 4 is also tying in with divine guidance, spirits being, you know, around you and ready and willing to assist you in any given moment. But you do have to ask. They don't step in unless you ask. So, you know, ask the divine to help you. Ask your angels to help guide you, or help with a specific situation, regain clarity. Whatever it is that you guys need, you're not alone, and you're never, ever, ever alone, Leos. Let's see. So with the Wheel of Creation, I see the gates are opening to the divine. I'm seeing a lot of like universal, like divine energy, just like balance, like just again that spiritual awakening, that clarity moment, that aha. The gates are opening up to you, so I'm thinking that you're finally opening the doors. You're finally seeing that, you know, there's a bigger purpose for you aside from just whatever it is that you've been doing thus far. The Lakota tribe talks about like friendships and the importance of having a tribe. So I think Leos, I know that sometimes we like to be alone, but you know, you guys are very social too, and don't be afraid to tap into that social butterfly. Find people that have like-minded interests. Find people that can be your support. Find people that you know, are willing to listen to you and just kind of have great conversations that feed whatever it is that you have to offer. And therefore you're domino affecting that change, and as a collective, like that collective change, because you're doing the work within yourself to change and also to embrace the different energies that are around you. Again, this card has a lot to do with kind of recharging. Maybe it's time to go on a trip, and not just for yourself, but maybe plan like a friend's trip. Maybe plan like a road trip. You know, invite those people that are really close to you and maybe that you haven't seen in a while. You know, as you're awakening in a spiritual way, you might want to go somewhere with trees. You might want to go somewhere that has like maybe the redwoods, or you know, Big Sur, or even Big Bear in the mountains. You know, just be around trees and embrace the trees as if they're your relatives. Embrace the nature around you as if it's your home, because it most definitely is. But sometimes we forget that when we're in this 3D life and we're so surrounded by like the city, or we're surrounded by just the go energy around us, we forget that we live on planet Earth, and Earth has been here for such a long time that it holds all this divine wisdom that we can tap into at any given moment. But it's up to us if we want to take advantage of that. We don't have to live in this just little bubble that life wants us to be in, because at the end of the day, that bubble makes us feel, one, claustrophobic, that we don't have anywhere else to go. Two, it makes us feel restricted, again, not knowing that we have anywhere else to go. And it also limits like the spiritual being that's within. And then third, we're sitting in that fight or flight mode because we're just such in a tight like spot that we feel that we need to almost like make our mark, like make it known, like, oh, I'm meant to be here, kind of ordeal. So let go a little bit, and just go have fun. You know, do something in nature. Just embrace nature for what it is, and recharge in that surrounding, in that environment. Your outcome is stillness. Stillness this specific card has a lot to do with with that go energy. We are so used to just being in that mindset and in that energy that, you know, we say that, oh, it's okay, I'm used to it, it's okay, I'm used to it. But it's also okay to come up for a breath of fresh air, sit on the lily pad like this frog is doing, and just take a second for ourselves to recollect and check in with ourselves. This has a lot to do with like self-love and self-respect, and creating those boundaries, and knowing when to stop for a second and say, hey, you know, maybe I should just, like, you know, go off to the corner or go outside for a second just to recollect my energies, and that way I come in with a fresh perspective. When we are so close to a situation, we don't see it for what it is. Think of, you know, a painting, right? So let's say I'm this close to a painting, and I can't really see what it is that the artist was trying to portray. But the moment that I step back, I can see it in a completely different way. And I suggest that maybe you Leos should sit in the passenger seat of your life and allow yourself to kind of ride it through and see, you know, what your life looks like. And is this what you want in 2020? What can you reassess, like what things no longer serve a purpose? What you know, what energies no longer serve your highest good? Are there things that you need to let go before 2020 arrives? Are there individuals that you need to cut cords with? Are there people you need to forgive? Are there things you need to forgive for yourself? You know, there's a lot of energies that are holding us back. And, you know, one thing that I brought up in my last reading is we're closing out a decade. 2019 is closing out a decade, and we're starting anew. So the last 10 years of baggage that we've been carrying is basically ready to just be dropped at any given moment, but it's up to us to do that physical act and an acknowledgement of, okay, this is way too heavy, I need to let go. I need to just drop this. This no longer serves my highest good. I feel that I'm overexerting energy that I maybe don't even have right now. So again, just check in with yourself. And this card is also upside down, Leos, which means that you guys are also not there yet, but you're awakening, and that's the first start, is awakening and seeing your situations for what it is, seeing that you have a bigger purpose than just what this 3D life wants us to be. Okay. So I did promise you that I was going to read your collective card for the full message that the guidebook has. The 3 points it gives me is gentle wisdom, peaceful resolution, and an easy game. It says the peaceful energy of white buffalo stands with you. Buffalo, the great provider, offers sustenance to one and all. White buffalo signifies a time of peace. It is a time to embrace natural ways of learning from the wisdom contained within the Earth's ecosystem. It is a time of unity, healing, and restoration, knowing that one and all can and will be provided for. You do not need to struggle to survive. The buffalo is an incredible animal with a power that is inherently known not through exertion. It is a bringer of great truths and converts knowledge into wisdom. This mandala brings the message that you are the great provider in your life and heralds abundance and fruition for those that choose to walk the path of peace. Remember that peace begins with self. As the great energy of manifestation and abundance is with you, carefully choose how you wish to create your world. With this energy at your side, wanting and yearning, give to a much lighter energy. Feel your desired outcome and thus create it. Balance is the principle within this mandala, as the peace pipe is balanced at its center. Oh, that's what it is. See that? Remember that symbol that I was like questioning? So that's a peace pipe. I was neglecting to see that line in the middle was connected to that little piece. So it's a peace pipe, guys. It says, as the great energy of manifestation and abundance is with you, carefully choose how you wish to create your world. With this energy at your side, wanting and yearning give way to a much brighter energy. Feel your desired outcome and thus create it. Balance the principle within this mandala as the peace pipe is balanced at its center. Simplify your world and let the peaceful energy of white buffalo bring balance and harmony for one and all. This oracle also presents as a powerful yes to those seeking guidance of the heart. Follow your heart now, as this mandala speaks of a time of plenty. Well, that basically caps everything that was just said. You know, everything revolves around unconditional love, and it revolves around your heart chakra. When you follow your heart, when you follow, you know, your whatever your heart is yearning to do, you're following your life's purpose already, and you're also awakening on a spiritual level. I highly recommend, Leos, that you plan a trip soon. With this new year, you know, you definitely can do it. I know that this time of year, it might be a little bit expensive to travel, but maybe plan a trip now for 2020. Maybe get a group together and see if maybe you can just go out for a hike. You know, go out on a trail or something. Sit and meditate by a tree. Go to the park and climb a tree. Sit with the divine wisdom that the tree has to offer. Recharge your energies and just sit in stillness for a second and let go of that idea of go, go, go. Let's end this reading with an affirmation. I definitely think I'm in need of some type of either trip or just to go somewhere in nature and really recharge myself. I've been meaning to go like to a park or somewhere by myself to feel the energies that the divine has. just take my socks off and put my feet in the grass and just feel my toes between the blades and feel the wind press against my skin and smell all of the smells that are around me, even if it's just a breath of fresh air and I may not be able to label a smell. It's just the idea that I'm in an energy that is beyond the 3D, beyond just this life. It's reminding me that I am a spiritual being and that there is so much more to life than just this 9 to 5 and making dinner when you get home and resting and recharging yourself before the next day and doing it all over again. We don't need to stay in this mundane routine. You choose what your life is going to look like. So if you don't want to do that in 2020, then find ways that you can step out of your comfort zone and really recreate your life for a second. Okay. Spirit, please provide me the affirmation for our Leos for the week of December 9th through the 15th. Christ of praise, nurturing. I open up and allow myself to be nurtured. This has to do, when I think of allowing to be nurtured, aside from just receiving that energy from someone else, by the way, this is what the card looks like. Sorry, I didn't show you. We need to allow the divine to nurture us too. Mother Earth wants us to embrace her and vice versa. She's not going to embrace us unless we acknowledge her. So go out and do something fun. Go out and just embrace Mother Earth for what she is and the energy that the divine wants to offer you. Listen to your messages. Allow to regain that clarity, and maybe even plan a trip somewhere for 2020. Okay. So Leos, I appreciate all the love and support that you have given me. Thank you again for watching. If you liked this video and you would like to see more of my videos on a weekly basis, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any aha moments and you want to share with the community, go ahead and comment. I would love to hear from you guys. But until now, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week with love and light always. Namaste. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.